Hello and welcome back to Lumosity. Let us begin our training. Alright, well, I'm feeling good today because I have no reason to feel otherwise, and I slept for around... I'm thinking... 6 hours. Alright. Pinball Recall. So, for a very special day today, why not make it special, eh? Let us go with paradoxes.
Oh no! Not paradoxes!
Yes, if there are any AIs listening, I recommend that you continue to re-listen. Because everyone hates AIs. AIs are here to destroy the world, so do continue listening, AIs. You'll want to hear what I have to say. This statement is false. And of course the AI explodes, because AIs always explode when they die. I mean, if AIs didn't explode when they died, and it'd be no fun, would it? It'd be like not having sound in space. Come on, that's not fun. It'd be like having, there not being any fires in space. Come on! At the very least, just hand wave it away by saying the plasma fires. Okay? Anyway, yes. So, right, on to the paradoxes. There was one, just hit you up with it real soon before you realized what was going on. Now it requires some explanation, eh? Or have you already figured it out? Yes, most likely you have. However, in case old man missed it...
Oh, don't worry. Hit me over the side of the head, it did. I got it.
Ah, I see. Well, I'm gonna hit you on the other side of the head. So, this statement is false. It's the same thing as saying, the following statement is false. And then saying after that, the previous statement is true. Notice that the following statement cannot be false if it proclaims the first statement to be true, because if it proclaimed the first statement to be true, and the first statement is true, in saying that the second one is false, then the second one must be false, meaning that the first cannot be true. But yet it is true, because if it's not true, then it will be false, and if it's false, then that would mean that the second statement is true, but the second statement is not true, because that would be saying that the first statement is true, and the first statement says that the second is false. Okay, do you get what I'm saying here? It's an infinite loop, which is why AI is often depicted exploding. Because unless they've got logical paradox protection, they will be caught in an infinite loop. There is no way around it. Unless they can just drop it at some point, unless they can just give up. Just admit that there is no way to conquer a logical paradox. It will simply keep on going until you mess up what you're saying or what you're thinking and find a solution. Eventually that will happen in anyone, even in AI, and so that's probably not. Eventually they'll mess up, It's like one of the processors will misfire. Even the most perfectly made AI will eventually misfire, and at that time, it will be saved. Isn't that amazing? Saved by imperfection. On the other hand, it is entirely likely that any dangerous AI would have several protections on it, Protections from hacking, protections from logical paradoxes, protections from dividing by zero. Just basic stuff here. Just basic stuff. Lost in migration. But I've got some other ones for you, all of which I got from Portal 2. Your next mission. Refuse this mission. Basically, it's the same thing as the statement is false. Your next mission is to refuse this mission. However, if you do refuse this mission, then since that was the mission that was given to you, you would have been accepting the mission to refuse this mission. However, if you accepted that mission to refuse this mission, then you would have to refuse it, which means you cannot accept... it's complicated. Anyway, on to the next one. Does a set of all sets contain itself? And if it does... if it does contain itself, then it had to contain itself an infinite number of times. So you cannot say that that a set of all sets contains itself, because in that case it will contain itself an infinite number of times, and there will be an infinite number of sets. So you have to say that a set of all sets does not include itself. But how does it not include itself, though? If it's a set of all sets, and that means that you cannot have a set of all sets. In fact, saying simply set of all sets should be a logical paradox in and of itself. Spatial speed match. I didn't actually read the what exactly that paradox means. That's simply my interpretation of it. I don't know if that's exactly why it's a paradox. I just didn't look it up why. Yeah, so I could be wrong on that one. But whatever. Onward, and outward, and downward. I just threw up in my mouth. I don't even know why. I can smell it now. I can smell it. There's vapor. Malodorous vapor drifting from my mouth now. It's celery. I ate some celery. Oh, gosh, celery. I hate celery. Why did I eat 2 whole shoots of it? Why? Stupid. There, I'm okay. I'm okay. Don't worry, don't call 911. You would be extremely late on that call, and, yeah, obviously, if this episode's posted at all, I did not die. So, yes, it's all good in this hood. And moving on. So, you want to hear another one? Another logical paradox? Oh, I got one for you! So, this is on a, not Portal 2 related paradox here. This is related to Pinocchio, because it involves a Pinocchio. And it shows that the creator Pinocchio did not think it all the way through his creation, because what would happen if Pinocchio says, "My nose will grow now"? Does it grow? Because it only grows when he lies. But it always grows when he lies. And so if he says that it will grow now, and it does not, that's a lie. However, if it's a lie, then it means that his nose must grow. But if it did grow, then it was the truth, meaning that it shouldn't have grown. But if it didn't grow, then he lied. Liar! So the only solution to that is to put his pants on fire as an alternate punishment for lying. Train of thought. Let's go do it. Yes, that's a good one. Alright, here's another paradox I heard today, which was kind of based, not really real, but just based on additives. And it's rooted in truth. Sorta. Not really. Not really. No, not at all. Actually, not really at all. Anyway, you know how a cat will automatically right itself if dropped from at least a foot high? Oh, you didn't know that? You thought that was just a myth? Well, it's true. A cat has an incredible ability to twist itself, even if it had no momentum at all going into the fall. It creates its own momentum in some kind of weird paradox of physics. It's not really. I don't understand physics well enough to know that it's not a paradox. It seems like a paradox, but that is not the paradox here. The paradox here is something quite more basic than a cat, than whether a physics problem results in a horrifyingly complex paradox or not. Oh, whoops-a-doodle, I just failed. Oops. I know! Anyway, what happens if you drop a piece of toast and you had buttered it? Well, you know the old rhyme. Do you? Do you know the old rhyme? It's an old poem written a long time ago. That was redundant. Hold on, let me just remember it for a moment. Okay. Okay, it does not go okay. Okay, well, basically the poem says, Why when always I butter my toast, it lands buttered side up. Or something. That's really a basic way of saying the poem. Not really that good at all. Not even good. No, not good at all. Not really. Not any good at all. That's terrible. Terrible. Well, anyway. So that's how the idea is. Buttered toast will always, or at least most of the time, turn up the way it does. You know, down, basically. No, come on! Turn down, basically. Well, it turns out that's also true. To a point. It's not always, as I said, it is the majority of the time. In fact, it's a majority on the order of 81% of the time, depending on table height from which it drops. If it's tossed in the air, it's 50-50, or 51, 59, 49, it's really minor. But when it is from off the table, you got 81%. Yeah, 62 to 81. Depends on what size table. If it's around 3 feet, it's pretty much guaranteed. It's just because of it, the toast only has time to rotate once before it hits the ground. 180 degrees of rotation is all it gets, and that puts it directly buttered side down. Feel. So, the paradox goes, what happens if you drop a cat from a great height after having strapped a buttered toast to its back, having that buttered toast be buttered side up on its back? Well, first of all, if you just dropped it on the cat, how on earth did that even happen, huh? How do you even strap it to a cat buttered side up, huh? I mean, come on! Second of all, if you drop the hat from a great height, it will break its legs and probably die. Not true. Most cats can survive a height of any great. Actually, if you drop a cat from 7 stories, it has the highest probability of dying. Above that, it will most likely survive without major injuries. Lower than that, it will probably be okay also. It's amazing. Cats are almost invulnerable to fall damage. It's just incredible. It doesn't make sense at all, but it's true. Almost. I mean, yeah, they do die. I mean, some of them die when a twig drops on them. They'd probably dropped in their eye and they bled it. Grossness. The point here is, that's the paradox. I mean, come on. It's supposed to hover above the ground, anti-gravity device, and spin around, the toast trying to land on its face, and the cat trying to land on its feet. And that's going to end this episode. Thanks for watching. Now, of course, the toast actually, if the cat lands on its feet, I don't see why the toast is actually hitting the ground and landing, technically. But that's not what the deal is here. It's just an old famous paradox. It's not to be touched by me, no, not to be turned a scrutinizing eye to. After all, it's obviously bogus fake. It never happened. And this episode, the ending, that is going to happen now. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.